Once upon a time, luxury meant something. Made in Italy, whispered class. Crafted in France, screamed exclusivity. That little leather tag on your designer handbag? A status symbol. Proof that your wallet cried so your closet could slay. But what if I told you that a $5,000 made-in-Italy handbag was actually stitched together in a Chinese factory, next to thousands just like it? Well, TikTok just pulled the curtain back on one of the fashion industry's biggest secrets, and it's uglier than a fake Birkin in a gas station clearance bin. Let's get into it. It started with a single video. A Chinese factory worker filming himself casually walking through a production line. He points to dozens of bags, unbranded, pristine, and oddly familiar. Then comes the mic drop as he explains that these factories have been making bags for Gucci, Prada, Louis Vuitton, and so many more companies for more than 30 years. What? Cue the internet melting down faster than PVC in a heat wave. That one video triggered an avalanche. Dozens more followed. Chinese workers, factory owners, even middlemen, all posting videos, some masked, some bold-faced, all saying the same thing. Your luxury bags are made in China. One TikToker claimed 80% of the world's luxury handbags are manufactured in Chinese factories. They even showed side-by-side comparisons. Bag A, straight from their factory. Bag B, in-store at a Paris boutique. Identical materials, identical stitching. The only difference? A logo and a $38,000 price tag. One TikTok video, now with millions of views, went 2 steps ahead. It broke down the cost of making one of these ultra-luxury handbags, specifically a Birkin-style bag. And spoiler alert, it'll make you want to scream into your monogrammed pillow. So here's how it goes. The leather? It's high-end, sure. Sourced from a top-tier Italian supplier. That'll run you about $400. Then you've got the thread, luxury grade, the kind used only for premium stitching. That's another $25. Next up, the hardware, the shiny bits, the clasps, the buckles, they come in around $60. Add in the edge paint from Italy. Yep, they're using the good stuff. That's $50 more. Even the zipper inside the lining costs something. Maybe $10? And the labor? The real hands behind the bag? A highly skilled Chinese artisan, probably working for years in that factory, might get paid around $600 to put it all together with precision. So when you tally it all up, the total cost of that luxury bag, the one sitting in a boutique window with a velvet rope around it, is just a little over $1,100. But how much are they charging you? $38,000. Not for a better bag, not for some secret sauce in the leather, just for the logo. And suddenly, it's not a luxury handbag anymore. It's a masterclass in markup. And here's the legal sleight of hand. According to EU law, a product can be labeled made in Italy as long as the final substantial transformation happens in Italy. Translation? A bag that's 90% built in China but gets its zipper sewn on in Tuscany can legally carry a Made in Italy tag. It's not craftsmanship. It's passport fraud for handbags. And the brands know this. In fact, it's an open secret in the fashion world that most of the components, the leather, hardware, lining, are sourced from China or other parts of Asia. Many European luxury goods are assembled just enough on European soil to get the golden stamp. The rest? Global supply chain magic. So yes, your Louis Vuitton Speedy might have been packed in Paris but built in a Guangdong warehouse. So why the exposure now? Why are Chinese factories suddenly going rogue? In a word, tariffs. The US slapped China with massive import taxes. China clapped back, but not just with trade policies. They weaponized TikTok. Factory owners who've worked under non-disclosure agreements for decades are suddenly speaking out, offering transparency and alternatives, all saying the same things like, you don't need to spend 40 grand on a Birkin, just buy the same one here for 1,000. It's part whistleblower expose, part economic retaliation. And it's shaking the luxury world to its core. Naturally, luxury brands are scrambling. Hermès says their bags are made in France by artisans trained for 5 years. Chanel insists on French workshops. Gucci and Dior claim their leather goods are still homegrown in Europe, but the TikTok receipts say otherwise. And here's the kicker. The luxury houses are being very careful with their words. They'll say things like assembled in Italy or crafted in our French workshops, but they never deny using globalized supply chains. Because they do. They all do. And while the top-tier flagship lines might still be built in Europe, the lower-priced collections? Outsourced, mass-produced, and yes, often made in China. Consumers are waking up. The internet isn't stupid. In the comments, people are starting to connect the dots. They've realized that they're paying extortionate amounts of money only for a label. The problem isn't paying over the odds for their favorite brands. It's the mistrust. It's the fact that China is the ghostwriter for fashion, and that's got people furious. And some are going all in. There's now a wave of luxury tourists flying to China on special visas to shop directly from manufacturers. They're skipping the boutiques, skipping the brand markup, and buying what they call factory twins. Same craftsmanship, same material, 90% off. Who's the scammer now? The truth hurts. Look, we're not saying all luxury is a lie. Some brands do keep it authentic. They hire local artisans. They use rare materials. They pay for heritage, but many don't, particularly the ones that have been exposed. Your Chanel's, Louis Vuitton, Dior's, and all that. All they're doing is selling you a story, a European fantasy that was actually born on a Chinese assembly line. You're not just buying a bag, you're buying branding, the dream, the exclusivity, the illusion. And now that illusion is cracking. So, the next time you're in Italy or France, make sure you visit the Colosseum and the Eiffel Tower. But maybe you can skip the trip down to Avenue Montaigne and Corso Venezia and save yourself tens of thousands of dollars. So, what are you really paying for? Here's the question. Are you paying for the bag or for the feeling the brand gives you? Because when it comes down to it, luxury today isn't about quality. It's about perception. The logo, the label, the lore. And China just turned the lights on. No one wants to spend $38,000 on a bag that was made in the same factory as a $1,000 dupe, especially when the companies pretending to sell luxury are being so cheap. So, the question is, would you travel to China to shop the source and skip the scam? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned. Because next time, we're unboxing the truth behind another luxury lie.